Like, you would be getting a lot of
Why have
sweet
you drawn
retard money
attention to all of this instead of shying
from
away?
having tornadoes being
anxiety
included.
grows in the dark, really. I think I spent years and years thinking, oh, I am the only one with this problem, and by keeping quiet, I wasn't letting anybody else with the same problem realise that you're never really alone. You know, whatever your issue is, there's 7 billion of us. There'll be somebody else out there who understands, identifies, and can help.
And how many people, how common is small?
Well, it depends on how you define it. If you say that small is less than average, then that's half of all men. That's 1 in 2.
Well, OK, let's address this straight away. We have got mocked up in studio. If you're of a nervous disposition, look away now. But we've got 2 cardboard cutouts. Let's have a look at those, right? The one on the right of your screen, and correct me if I'm wrong, we don't need to see it close up. I think we can see it from the full distance, yeah. Represents the average size worldwide in a resting position, shall we say. The one on the left of your screen, Ant, is something that you would identify with. You would term this to be what is termed a micropenis, right?
So I wouldn't use that term myself.
Right.
It's a very specific medical term, and I don't think it's particularly helpful, and it's really a means of labelling people, and I don't think we should do
I think
that.
a lot of people, though, will look at that and they will want to know, judging by the average and how they measure up to that, where they stand. Now,
I can't believe they're keeping a straight face.
you can show us the thing about the one on the left of the screen, which would represent you.
Yeah.
You can show us what it is like extended, though, and this is part of the whole
So it's one
issue that you want. So if you please would show us that,
and then I think that will extend.
Show
Yes,
us.
absolutely, absolutely. And this is one of the beauties of it, actually, because this amount of extension is something which
Could you maybe
delights
stand
my
on the
wife.
other side, my friend, just so the camera gets this? Thank you.
Okay. Oh,
Okay,
it's
so if
profiled.
we leave that there fully extended,
Yeah.
then you begin to talk about this whole myth or argument, size is everything, is size everything, and you feel you can do a lot when you are at full working capacity.
Yes, because I use more than just that part of my anatomy in my relationship with my beautiful wife.
So they're saying the average penis erect is 5.16 inches.
That's correct, yeah.
And yours is 4. So there's only actually once erect, there's only an inch in it.
Yeah.
Why do you think a lot of men lie about the size of their manhood? Therefore, it causes this insecurity amongst men.
I think men certainly will exaggerate, round up. Maybe not answer such questions directly. But when I was growing up, it's definitely the received wisdom was that average was like between 6 and 7, and therefore when you get an anxiety, you stick that 7 number in your mind, and you actually believe.
You know what sticks in my wife's mind? She was on holiday in Rome. And she came across a statue.
Several statues.
Several statues.
Yeah.
This is the most famous one, the David statue here. And as my wife points out, why are they all? I don't know. If we need to do a close-up, maybe that's the one we should have been doing a close-up on. But my wife points out, as you can see there, David wasn't overly generously endowed. So it raises the question: how typical is David?
I think I went down to some of the museums, took photographs and did orthogonal projections and worked out that actually the majority of those surviving statues are pretty typical of what we find in men today. And so this statement that, oh, he's not well endowed, is actually only something we say because our expectations are skewed from everything that we hear.
In his day, that was a perfectly normal.
In this day, it's a perfectly normal.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's regarded as a thing of beauty.
What does your wife, Christine, think about you going so public? Because you've been on This Morning with Eamon and I before, kind of 18 months ago, with 2 other men to discuss this. So you're very keen to raise awareness, to get men. You said 1 in 2 men are going to be thinking that they're much smaller than somebody else. So, what does she think about it, though, that you being so public?
I think she's always been quite proud of the sort of the things that I write and publish, because it's always been addressed at trying to make the world a bit better.
And I
really.
tell you what, you speak quite directly. It wouldn't be for everybody, this book. It's hardly light bedtime reading. I mean, it is quite direct. But could I ask you something? Newspapers, magazines, ads on your phone, whatever, all out there trying to make a lot of men think they can do something about the way they are endowed. Is there any value in any of those things? Do any of those things work?
So there's a couple of things that definitely work, and one is control of weight. You know, as you put weight on, then more of that gets buried. And then
if you actually had a smaller belly, you may have a bigger something else.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That can, that could make up to a couple of centimetres difference. And then there are traction devices which, if used under medical...
Why are they switching between inches and centimeters, though?
Supervision.
Support. Yeah, supervision. And, over a...
UK moment. Yeah, but wait, do they use both there? Hang on. They use centimeters in UK. Really? They use both? That's stupid.
Long time.
Yes.
Attraction. Yes, you don't want to be pulling anything off. You
do not.
You want to.
Do not.
Yeah, you want some medical help
strictly
there.
controlled.
Don't be pulling anything unless it's under medical supervision.
That's correct.
And it's all there. He's published the...
Sometimes I pull so hard, I rip the skin.